What's up, YouTube? Over the past couple of days, I've had a very interesting back and forth with a friend of mine, 97 Wildfire. Now, he's a theist, Christian to be specific, and him and I will disagree on probably 90% of things in this topic. But don't be mistaken. He's a friend of mine. I know you may see us go back and forth, but no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. But part of that conversation that we was having, I felt like I needed to highlight to add a little bit more in-depth commentary on it, and you just can't do that in the comment section. It just seems to me that these days, the current crop of apologists tend to want to separate religion, spirituality, science. They want to separate those things because they'll say, oh, well, no, they're completely different pursuits. They don't address the same issues, so you really can't compare the two, make a comparison of the two. But this is where I strongly disagree, because for years, religion has sought to explain natural phenomena. They've sought to explain the origin of the universe. They sought to explain how the plants grow. You name it. Weather, you name it. They sought to explain it using their religious superstitions. But over the course of those same years, the scientific method has been used in explaining them properly and putting them in their proper perspective. So now, we don't have to go to a religious explanation for most natural phenomena. But to this day, there are still people who will accept a religious explanation for natural phenomena. They still do it. There's still people that believe in the literal interpretation of Adam and Eve. There's still people that think that God created human beings from a dirt statue by blowing air in their nostrils, and that he created the woman by snatching a rib from the first man. They still believe that. There's still people today that, when Haiti had that earthquake, attempt to attribute that to some kind of supernatural event. And as long as religion continues to make claims on natural phenomena, as long as religion attempts to explain natural things using its dogma, doctrine, holy text, whatever, it can and should be criticized and scrutinized when that which they claim has been proven false. Now, it just seems to me that since all of the other phenomena, or most of the other natural phenomena, has been explained without using supernatural means, without using supernatural agency, since most of that other stuff has been explained, the only place religion has to hide now is in the things that we don't know. And this is why it's referred to as, the God of the gaps, because anywhere there's a gap in our knowledge, they seek to insert God or something supernatural. Now, take the origins of the universe. Okay? In the origins of the universe, while scientists have, some models, some theories, no scientist will tell you that their theory is the definitive answer on how the universe came to be. None of them. So because that is a gap, that's a gap in our knowledge, this is now where religion seeks to hide, to dig its claws in. And say, oh, there go God. Anywhere we don't know something about yet, there goes God. God's in that. That's where God is. See, I don't know nothing about that. But if you really want to look at, like statistically, you really want to look at if most of the other natural phenomena we have found natural explanations for. It just seems to me the odds are we'll find a natural explanation for the origin of the universe as well. So while a lot of today's apologists will attempt to walk back and walk that whole thing back about religion and science and all this other stuff, and they don't want it intertwined, the truth is, as long as you're still making claims on the natural world, we're going to ask where you get it from. Where you get that information from. And that's really the crux of the whole argument. Where did you get your information from? Well, let's take a quick look at the one example I cited, Adam and Eve. Where'd you get that information from? You got it from your text. Okay. Where did the text get the information from? If you tell me divine inspiration, if you tell me that it was from divine guidance, how can I take that seriously? Considering the fact that there are a great many claims made by people throughout the years that their God or gods have communicated with them and given them information. How do we decipher whether or not that's true? Just think about it for a minute. Just think about it. One of the other examples I cited in the comment section was, take the case of the Norsemen. When the Norsemen set out to sea, they would pray to Odin or Thor that they would have a safe journey and a safe return. So, if by chance these Norsemen go out to sea, make it there safe, come back safe, does that then prove that Odin is real? Now, everyone who doesn't believe in Odin or Thor, they'll say, hell no, that's not proof that they're real. Yet, you expect us to accept your claim that when you pray for guidance or inspiration, that that's being answered by your particular deity, Yahweh, Allah, Jehovah, whatever name you want to apply to it. How could you expect us to accept that when for years others have made this exact same claim using different gods, and all of you have the same amount of evidence that any of that's true? So, to finalize my point, no, I do not think it's accurate for apologists today to attempt to separate religion and science and say that we cannot criticize religion using the scientific method, or we can't merge those two together in that way because they address different subjects. They do not address different subjects. Maybe in some cases, but religion seeks many times to offer an explanation about the natural world and has done this over the years, and most of those claims have been utterly and totally debunked.